Hey there, Cindy Hackett, Realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Drysdale Properties in Modesto, California. My office is located at 1101 Sylvan Avenue. We're right about at the corner of, technically it's Claremont and Sylvan, but more locally known as Coffee and Sylvan. So, Market Watch Wednesday. This is where I talk to you about what's gone on in the last 24 hours in the world of real estate in 4 specific categories: new listings, back on the markets, price reductions, and also houses that went under contract, pending. And this is relevant to our Metro List service, our MLS service, and that goes from Placer County south to the western part of Merced, and it doesn't go all the way to the Bay Area. It's just that part of California, our market. And in our market, overnight, we had 262 new listings hit the market. Remember, that consists of single-family residences, condos, half-plexes, lots and land, commercial properties, and also some business opportunities. Very few, but some business opportunities are all in that mix. And so we had 262 new listings come on the market in the past 24 hours. That is almost exactly what we had last week. 261 new listings came on the market then. Not much change there. Also, not much change with back on the markets. Hi, Christine. Back on the markets are properties that went off for one reason or another. Maybe the seller wanted to do some improvements. Maybe they weren't getting any bites on their home, on their property. And so maybe they took some time off, made some improvements, etc., and now they're back on the market. That number was 73. Last week was 76. Not much change there. That's very appropriate. We do have price reductions. We're at 242 price reductions overnight, and last week was 236. Again, not much change there. That's all nice and stable. The difference is in our pendings, in our properties that went under contract overnight. And this week, overnight, that number was 239. Properties went under contract. Last week was 257. The week before that was 282. So it's 10% less than last week, 8% less than the week before. And that's a bad number. That's no bueno. And so what that means is that buyers are making less offers. If you're a seller, that obviously that's not so good for you. And so what I am telling my sellers is that yes, the market is changing. We know that. But what can they do to be able to preserve some of their equity and without having to make that price reduction that they really don't want to? Maybe as a seller, you've gotten down to your bottom line number and you're like, I'm not reducing my price anymore, so I'm just waiting. And so how do you entice a buyer? You might entice a buyer by offering a home warranty. You might entice a buyer by offering a flooring credit or a painting credit at close of escrow. You may offer a flat a dollar amount at close of escrow. What you're offering are incentives for someone to make an offer on your home versus the other homes that they've seen on the market. Comparable quality, comparable price. How do you make yours stand out? So this market is a tough one. Hang on. I really think it's going to get tougher. I'm sorry to say that, but I'm just giving it to you on the real, and it's going to get tougher. So keep that in mind. Buyers are taking their time, and on the other side of the coin, buyers, I encourage you to take your time and to find the right home in the right location at the right price for you, at the right monthly price for you. I always insist on that. You might want also to take your time making that offer on a house. If you're a first-time buyer, that market's always hot. It's just always hot. And so a properly priced house, and that's big, properly priced house, will go fast. If it's $250 or less, it will go fast if it's properly priced. If you have a $220,000 value property and you're asking $250, it's going to sit there. Buyers are savvy. They know. Also, if you're a buyer and you're wanting to wait because you want the price of the house to come down, that's not something I would encourage. You're playing roulette with interest rates, and that's going to bite you. That will bite you for 30 years or less if you refinance. So don't use that as an excuse to not put an offer on a house. The prices might come down more. Yeah, well, yeah, they might come down, but not as much as your interest rate might rise. So keep that in mind. All right, that's all I have for you today. If you want to see a copy of this, a duplicate of this broadcast, you can go to cindyh.com, CYNDYH.com. And on my website there, you'll see a bunch of links. And one of them says Market Watch Wednesday. And that's where all of these videos will be posted. So if you don't want to scroll back through Facebook to find it, there's also a lot of good stuff in that on my website. And there's also a search engine. It's not just Berkshire Hathaway Homes, and it's stinking pretty. Go check it out. What are you waiting for? cindyh.com. All right. I'll see you next week. Have a fabulous holiday weekend. Stay safe, all that good stuff. But make it a great weekend. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.